Starting off Monday morning here. So we are sorting out some calves here in the pasture field. So we drove through and got them all in this corral here, and then I've just been letting the cows and the little calves out. We just had a few calves that were born later, and then they have gotten big enough now. We're gonna wean them, so we're gonna get them out of here, and I think there's probably gonna be about 8 of them in total, and they look pretty good. So I'm just trying to let the old cows out of here and keep the calves in, so that way we can load them up in the trailer. He's on his way over here now with that. All right, we've got them pinned up here, getting ready to load them on the trailer. We got to sort out a couple little ones though. Hey, we had a new calf last night here behind the barn. Coincidentally, we just got those other calves out here yesterday. Those other ones that were late, we got those out of this pasture here, and then we had a new one here this morning. So there was one small one that we couldn't get out here yesterday, so now we got 2 calves in here. And I seen him laying out here, and his mom wasn't with him, so came to make sure that he could get up, and he can. So he looks good, and he should be okay. It's good, and it's gonna be nice and warm today. I think it's supposed to get up to 60s and 70s, and the sun's out and everything, so he should be good to go. So we're gonna try to start hauling some manure out of this barn now. Okay, we've got our first load here. I'm sure you guys saw enough of this last week that you probably don't want to see anymore, but I'll show you a little bit more and see what we can get done. All right, I'm loading manure. I was just looked out the back of the barn, and our little calf is making a trot up the hill. He's doing good. Okay, we've almost got this barn cleaned out. So if you remember from the last video, we were probably to about right here, and it was all piled up back behind that. But we're getting close here, so I'm going to pick up the rest of this. My spreader's full right now. I got a little bit back there, and then I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this alleyway right here, because it's already getting built up pretty good. So I think we'll go ahead and do that, and then I might do this one back here in the back, but I might just leave that one, just because it's good and packed down already. So anyways, I'm gonna get this load hauled out. We got a pretty good load on there. Okay, we got it all cleaned out. I cleaned out that alleyway right there, so that's all clean. Almost got another spreader load, but we'll go up to the other barn and get some more. So I'll let these girls come back over into this area, and that'll be it for cleaning this barn for a little while. We at least got it all cleaned out for the first time, so we'll be able to make it until this summer before we have to clean it out anymore. All right, this is probably gonna be my last load. So we moved up to the other barn, and I gotta, this will be basically the first load out of it. I just had a little bit that I put in to finish off that last load. So to take this up here, it's already getting dark, so we'll just call it with that. There's no lights in this barn up here, so I can't really see the best in there. So I got all the cows put back where they need to be at. We just gotta take our skid loader down and put it away. We're back at it today, spreading again. We're going to try to get this first barn cleaned out. We're doing pretty good on it so far. I just finished up in this field behind me where we're at, so I think it's like 35 acres or something like that, 35, 40 maybe. So we just finished up with that one. I just had to come down and put a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and go across the highway and start over there in that field, because that's our next place that we can take this. All right, and we are finished up for the day. We got this whole barn cleaned out, so all the way to the back, and got everything set back up. Got the gates all set up and everything. So I'm just sitting here watching this calf that's standing there at the water tank. I don't know, he's kind of going down, getting pretty sick. So I don't know what the problem is with him, because he was sick probably about a month ago, and worked on him, gave him a little bit of medication, and he came back really good. And then he's kind of started to go downhill again, and he's looking really bad today. So I'm thinking maybe since he was in this alleyway today, maybe he didn't know how to get his head through the thing and get water. So I'm wondering if he's gotten dehydrated today, which he's only been over there for a couple hours. But I don't know. He doesn't look very good, so odds aren't very good for him right now. But I was just standing here looking to see if he was drinking anything or not. Okay, it's Wednesday, and we got the spreader back out. We are gonna start cleaning out this barn here. So this is where we got the working chute and everything. So we keep some in this barn. So I figured while it's nice, we should try to go ahead and clean a little bit out of here. I don't think we'll get a whole ton out of here, but we'll get enough to get it clean and last us a little bit longer. Okay, got the first load coming out of here. So I've probably got about a half of a load left there in that front bin. And then we can put those cows back in there and move on to the next one. Okay, well, I had to take a little bit of a detour from spreading for a little bit, and we got the chisel plow set up on the 8R there. And so I set Papa off in that. He's gonna start chiseling this where we spread the manure and stuff here on this bottom field, so we can go ahead and get worked under. There were some ruts and stuff because we were out there when it was a little bit wet. So we're gonna get that all worked out of it. And it's actually really dry. It's working up really nice. So we'll try to get as much of this plowed as we can. We're gonna stay off that bottom side in case the creek were to come up, because it can get up into the part of this field. So anyways, let him go for a while and we'll go see if we can finish our spread. Okay, well, you can't see very good, but we got the first 3 gates cleaned out. So with that, now we got to pull the feed bunks out of these 2 and clean this out. I just got them pinned back there in the back, where we got a separate pin at. So we'll go ahead and get these out of here. Now we can go in here and scoop this out of here. First load here. Well, not the first load. I guess this is actually the 3rd load for today. But he's making pretty good progress here. Looking really good where it's working out. Just got this last pin here cleaned out, so I've just got to move that bale feeder back over this way, and then this barn's going to be done for now. So we haven't even had anything back here in this back pen, so I'm not going to worry about scraping that up or anything. But this will do for now. We got the most of it out of here. I'm going to try to blow some straw in here real quick since there's already a bale in there. I'll do that, and then this summer, once all the cattle are out of this barn, we'll clean it out real good. And this barn doesn't have a concrete floor, so sometimes it's hard to get a perfect down with the floor, but I got it mostly good. this summer we'll clean it out real nice, do any kind of maintenance we need to do on the barn, and just do that kind of stuff. But right now we're just trying to get the most of it out of here. That way we don't have so much material getting built up, and we can get it on the fields while it's dry. Okay, you probably can't see very good, but I just got the straw blower and blew some straw in here. So they've got fresh bedding down. I couldn't quite get it all the way in the back on part of it. I got a little bit back there, but so I'll have to get another bale sometime and try to put some more back there. But they've got it pretty good now, so we're gonna go see if we can jump in the chisel plow for a little bit. All right, we're going. Pulling pretty hard right here where we're at, but it's working up really nice. Dirt's a lot drier than I thought it would be. I think I'm gonna call it a night. It's about 10:15, I think. So we got a good bit done. Kind of finished up this section of the field here, and we'll get try to get started on it first thing in the morning. Okay, Thursday morning, we're back at it. Looks like we got about 20 acres done yesterday between what we both did, so we'll keep moving here. You can see, I don't know if you can tell, but the field kind of drops off here and goes down into that gully. So we're gonna kind of go over there a little ways and then stop in case the creek were to come back up, because it will get over into that area, but we're kind of high enough here where it's not going to bother it. So we'll keep going here for a little bit, and then we got that whole other end of the field that goes around that way that we got to do. Well, Papa came and took over for me in the chisel, so I got this side of the field all done. I went and started over on the other side, so he's gonna keep working over there. I'm going to get the skid loader, and we gotta go up there and clean off those pads where that waste material was that got spread on here. So we're gonna go do that. We got one more load of that we gotta do, and then we'll be on to the next thing. We need to blow some straw today. Just plenty to do, not enough time to do it, so trying to get as much done as we can while it's dry. Okay, well, I've spent all day on this, but we've got the old airway hooked up, and we've got the pasture hurry behind it. And this thing reminded me of how much of a misery it is just by hooking it up. We haven't even used it very much yet. It's already giving us trouble, so I'm excited for that. Not. But anyways, it's actually doing a really nice job. It does pretty good with this pasture hurry behind it. So we're just taking this over like the hay fields and the pasture fields. So this airway will kind of aerate the ground, kind of shifts that soil up, breaks up the compaction a little bit there on the top layer. And it really does give a good benefit to these hay fields, because they don't ever get any kind of tillage done on them or anything like that. So they can sometimes get packed down pretty hard, and so this kind of helps to break that up a little bit. And then the pasture hurry is coming behind. We pull that over the pastures and stuff anyways, just to bring up that dead grass, pull it out, and allow the new growth to come through. You can see here, you probably can't see very well. You can see the stripes there where I've been going. You can see where it pulls up that old dead grass there. You can see them stripes. So I was just doing this little field here in front of the farm. I got this thing all greased up, and so I just wanted to test it out before we bring it out to pasture or something. So everything's going well so far. After we get done with this, I'll check all the bearings and make sure we don't have to deal with that, because this thing has a bad tendency of having bearings go out and then causing a lot more problems. I'm sure I've showed you that before in the past years, if you've been watching for that long. We've had some good troubles with this thing, but anyways, we're just bringing it out, do a little bit of hay and pasture ground, so hopefully it'll make it through. So we ended up getting all that chiseling done today, and so that's why we just went ahead and took this 8R off of that chisel and went ahead and put it on this airway, since it's already around here and everything. So got that done for now, what we can do, what we're willing to do without having to worry about any kind of erosion if the creek comes up or anything. So we left that chisel plow out there at that farm, so if we decide we're ready to go back out there and get that plowed under closer to planting, we can. We just got to run a tractor out there and do it. So not a big deal there. We got a lot of acres done though, so we saved us a day. We were able to do that on a day now here in March, rather than a day in April, whenever we could be planting or doing other things. So that's why we're trying to just do as much of this work as we can while we can here. That way, whenever it comes planting time in April, we can focus strictly on doing that, spraying and working ground in front of the planters and stuff. So we're just trying to do as much as we can, take advantage of the dry weather here. Okay, I decided to come up the hill here. So there was the farm, there's the field we were doing just right down there. I decided to come up here to this pasture where the heifers are and go ahead and do this one. So I think there's like 20 acres here or something, maybe not even that. So just kind of taking it easy through these pastures here, because there are some rocks and stuff you gotta watch out for. So taking it easy. We're going about 5 miles an hour right now, and it's doing a pretty nice job. There's the heifers. They're all laid down, ready to go to sleep, and I'm out here bothering them. They were chasing me earlier. Now they've kind of calmed down. They look good though. I got one, I've got this little sliver I'm working on, and I got one more long pass through the middle, and then we're gonna call it a day. All right, I figured I'd show you guys what we're doing here. So with this airway, it's just a bunch of spikes here on these spindles. And then the thing about the spikes though is that they're angled here, so they're real pointy here on the end, but they're also twisted a little bit. And so what it does is, you can see here, this one's all the way down in the ground. So with that little bit of twist, it takes this soil and just shifts it over just a little bit, and it does that all the way across here. And it shifts that and kind of breaks up all the compaction right here, about, you know, however deep this is, about 4 or 5 inches here. Breaks up that compaction and just allows those roots to get down in there a little bit better, kind of frees it up, and it really makes a difference. We've noticed, especially where the pastures are packed down pretty hard, and this one is, it's very hard ground here. So just figured I'd get out and show you guys this. Just kind of looking over it and making sure everything's okay. Still, I don't have any bearings out or anything, but everything seems to be holding up so far. So when this thing makes the holes here in the ground, we're shifting that soil over, breaking up the compaction. We're allowing the roots to get better water, because we are making these little divots all the way through the field, so that water is able to get down in there, and then that kind of forces it down to the roots rather than running off. So we're helping with getting the water down where it needs to go, because that's what you can have problems with here. You get a big heavy rain and the water will just run off, and then the surface is so compacted that the water will not actually get down into the soil and get to the roots. So that's why we're out here running this, and I'm gonna get her folded up here and head out and head home for the night. Everyone, thank you for watching this week's video. Please like and subscribe down below, leave me a comment, and we'll see you next week.